Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. This is part 27 of ASP.NET Web API. In this video, I'll discuss how to build a COVID-19 dashboard using MVC, Web API and Bootstrap. So before going through this part 27, please visit my part 26. That is the how to bind dropdown in ASP.NET MVC using Web API or COVID-19 API. So this is the external API I was consumed in my previous video, and in this video also I will use the same API but different service endpoints like summary or countries like this. So there is, I'll show you that this is the video, that is part 26, right? And before going through the steps, I'll show you that is what the points we need to discuss in this video. That is how to add a model and a controller and view, and the last one is code for consume web API and build a dashboard using Bootstrap. So guys, here there is few steps, and step number one is I want to add a model class in my MVC existing application. So this is the application I was used in my previous video, that is MVC consume web API. So in models I have created one more class file called summary, right? And here the next one is I want to add a controller to consume that web API as well as use this model class. So if you expand this controller, I have created the new controller file called dashboard controller.cs. And step number 3 is go to COVID-19 API URL for summary endpoint. So guys, here I need to use this get request for summary, and you can see I'll consume this API URL in my application. So a summary of new and total cases for country updated daily. Alright, so and this is the step number 3, and step number 4 is I'll check this COVID-19 URL, that is the summary, in my postman. So this is the postman. In the header I have put my API URL and select the get request here. Alright, and click on send request. And see, I have got the response 200 okay, and I am also getting the response here, that is globally whatever you can see the new confirmed, and the country wise I get the details, that is what is the numbers of this particular parameters. Alright, so step number 5 is I need to convert the summary JSON object to C# class. So this is the URL. So here I'm clicking the URL, right? And how to create the class I already have shown you. Just copy these things. Alright, so up to copy up to this one, up to countries close, right? Here the curly braces, copy this much, that is the for global as well as countries. Go to this URL, this is the JSON section, this is the C#. So paste this section here. I don't want this premium, right? So just remove this one and the comma, and I'll close this bracket here. Alright, this is for countries. Once it's done, I'll convert this JSON object to C# class. You can see the C# class is created, right? So I'll use this C# class in my models, that is the summary.cs, right? So if I open this, you can see the same class structure I have used in my summary.cs. So this is the countries class with some properties, this is the global class with properties, and here root as a wrapper which contains all these classes, right? Here you can see for global the object is global, and for countries it is a list of countries, that is the object is countries with get and set access type. Okay, so this is all about implement the class in my summary.cs, and the controller file for consuming web API. This is the part 6. So here I'll open the dashboard controller.cs, and I'll show you few namespaces is important. One is system.net.http. So in this part I did not implement this HTTP class, right? And it is for MVC consume web API.models for access the summary.cs class, and one is system.io, and I have implemented some deserialize concept here, so that I have implemented this namespace, that is system.web.script.serialization and system.net. Alright, so guys, here in this controller I have a action method called summary, and you can see the URL I have implemented, that is API URL, that is I am going to consume this one, and I use the web request class, and it will create the class of this URL of this using this variable, and the method is get, and the content type is application/JSON, and the web response is access the using the object of web request. I can access the get response method, and I have used the stream class, and using the web response object I can access the get response stream class and assign to the object of stream class, and then stream reader class, and I can instantiate of this stream reader class and assign the object of stream class inside the stream reader class, and that is the object instantiation, and then the string JSON, and using the stream reader object and setters, you can see I can access the read to end method, so it will read all characters from end position to the end stream. Okay guys, so here I'll show you one more thing is for create, it will initialize a new web request instance for the specified URI scheme, and this another method is get response. So that is the when overridden in a descendant class return a response to an internet request, and this class when overridden in a descendant class returns the data stream from the internet resource, and this is the initialize a new instance of stream reader class for specified stream, and read to end I already have discussed here, and this line is for deserialize the JSON object. Alright, so this is the class file, root class file for what we already have implemented here as a wrapper class, right? And here I implemented JavaScript serializer dot deserialize. Alright, so it will instance that JavaScript serializer, initialize a new instance of JavaScript serializer class, right? And it will use one method called deserialize, so it will convert a JSON formatted string to an object of the specified type, and inside I have assigned two parameters, that is you can see we have one string input and one is type target type. So one parameter is JSON, that is this one, and another one is type of what class it is, that is I mentioned the root class. Alright, so to access this deserialize we need this namespace, that is the system.web.script.serialization, and for this stream and stream reader we need this system.io namespace. Alright, the same way for this web response and web request we need the this namespace as well. Alright, and once it is done, after deserialize we need to check the null value using the this object that is the local variable w of root class. If w not equal to null, here I have used some view back concept in MVC that will help us to move the data from controller to view. So view back dot, that is the property name new confirmed, and using w of local variable, and inside w we have the global properties, right? Global object of global class. You can see use under root class we have the global object of global class, right? So using this global object we can access the new confirm property of global class as well. So you can see under global class we have various properties, so we can access these properties using the object of this root class. So you can same way we have I have I can consume this objects and its properties. So for total confirm, this is the code: new deaths, total deaths, and new recovered, and view back total recovered, and view back dot dead. And you can see 7 properties here under global, right? Because in my response you can see under global you can see 7 properties in response of API. That is new confirmed, total confirmed, new deaths, new recover, total recovered, and last updated date. So same thing I have implemented in my MVC code using C# class. So if else, in else part I have set it as 0. If something happen means internet is not connected, because internet is you should make sure your internet connection is should be active, because I have implemented that, I have consumed that API URL, it is the live one, right? It is not a local one. So we make sure that internet connection should be on. So else part, if some issue is happening by access the API URL, then it will show the show to the end user as 0 instead of real value like this, right? And model state.add model and server error try up to sometime. This is the message to the end user, and return view. So it will create a result object by using model that renders a view. Alright, that's all about controller, that is code. And step number 7 is I have implemented the Bootstrap CDN. This is the URL. So guys, here you can see this is the Bootstrap, and this is the CDN file, that is href, the CDN file. I implemented that CSS style sheet to my CDN file URL, CDN URL in my application. And step number 8 is I implemented the Bootstrap card for dashboard. This is the URL, and for badges this is the URL. So this dashboard, these cards I have implemented for creating the dashboard to show all the record values like new confirmed, total confirmed, and the badges is like H1, it's like a label control in Bootstrap. So this is the URL. So cards, you can see Bootstrap cards provide a flexible and extensible content container with multiple variants and options. So here I'll show you what the cards I have implemented. You just scroll down, and here you can see this code I have implemented, that is for the card header, title, and its here this one, that is the card title, and the footer section and its image. Instead of image I have implemented the color of the cards. Alright, so I am using the card groups with footer, and their content will automatically line up. Alright, and next one is badges. So this badges is scale to match the size of immediate parent element by using relevant font sizing, and this is the badges I have implemented as a label control in my application. So this is the code for badges inside h1 tag up to hc tag. So badges can be used as a part of link or buttons. You can see the various implement parts you can get in a badges section in Bootstrap. And part number 9 is view for design COVID-19 dashboard using Bootstrap. So next part is I need to create the view. So right click on the controller action method and add view. So guys, here what we'll do is in template we need to select here as empty, and in model class you can see there is 3 classes will be shown. That is one for root, another is for global, and next one is for countries, because the 3 classes I have implemented inside summary.cs in my models folder. So we need to select only the root class file, that the root model class, because root implements these 2 classes, that is global and countries. So when you select the root, automatically you can access the global and countries class properties. So once you select and just don't check any of these options, because I have implement my Bootstrap class externally. I don't need my layout.cshtml, which is inbuilt in my application. Once it's done, then you'll add this one, and once it added, you can see, you just expand that views folder, and in it will see under views there is one dashboard folder is there, and there summary.cshtml, which is same as your controller action method. You just click on it. So guys, here you can see there is the model is added at the model. I have set it as IE enumerable, right, for that models and the root, and the layout equal to null, because I did not implement any of my shared folder like layout_layout.cshtml. And this is the code of my cshtml file. This is the Bootstrap CDN URL. I have used this URL, which I already have shown you, right? And next one is for S2 tag, and this is the badge Bootstrap class I have implemented here. And one is this is for Bootstrap card. I have already told you, right? So this is the Bootstrap card. I have implemented six Bootstrap cards. So this is all inside the div tag here. So I'll tell you one Bootstrap card how to show that values. That is, for example, I'll show you how to implement the new confirmed value here, right? So this is the div tag here up to this. So inside div card deck, I have implemented this one, and the card title is new confirmed, and card text, that the @viewback.new confirmed. I just pass this value, that is the viewback.new confirmed, to cshtml using @. And in card footer, last updated date is, that is this one, @viewback.date. Just pass this value to my cshtml using @. So this will show the value of new confirmed, that is this one, and the last update date is this one, 18th of September. So this will show here. So same way I have implemented the remaining 5 properties up to total recovered, new recovered, total death, new death, and total confirmed. The 6 cards I have implemented with this footer section, that is the last updated date of each card. Alright, when it's done, I have closed the body tag and HTML tag, and last step is setting in route config class for initial page load. So if you'll go to app_start folder, you just click this one, route config.cs controller. I have implemented my controller file name dashboard, and the action method is summary. So when your page is initial load, then the specific controller and action method will be fetched, and the CSHTML used as a view result to your end user. That the summary.cshtml. No need to put manually in the URL bar. So when it's done, just right click on the solution, clean the solution, and right click on the once clean solution done, and build the solution. Once build is succeeded, we need to run my application here. So guys, here's the output of my MVC dashboard application using web API, and this is the 6 cards, and this is the header of the card, and this is the text, and this is the footer of the card. So new confirmed is this the value, same value it is reflecting in my postman request. You can see new confirmed, and for total confirmed, this is the value. We can check the response here for total confirmed, and for new deaths, that is the value here, and we can see for new deaths for postman response, and for total death, this is the value, and you can see in postman response this is the total death value. and for new recovered is the value of this one, and you can see in postman response this is the value, and for total recovered this is the value here, and for postman response you can see total recovered value is this one, and this is the last updated date, which is I've implemented in the footer section of each cards. That the last updated date is 18 of September 2022, and this is the time, and you can see this is the footer section I have implemented for the date, last update date of each footer section of each cards here. So guys, this is all about the steps to implement the or build the MVC dashboard using web API and Bootstrap. And one more thing I'll show you guys, this is the responsive. So if you'll right click on the page, go to inspect, so this will support all kind of devices. All right, and one will, so to check this, what you'll do here is you just click this one, so you can check in different devices. So for iPhone SE this is the response we'll get, and for iPhone 12 this is the output. You can see this is the page responsive, and for Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus this is the output we can see, and one is for Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. So this is the output we can see in our the MVC dashboard. So this is all possible because of Bootstrap, and Bootstrap is responsible for making our page responsive for all kind of devices. Alright guys, so this is all about the steps to implement the MVC dashboard of COVID-19 API live tracker in using MVC and web API. So I'll go to my that is my presentation here, and there is most important thing is what is wrapper class. The wrapper class is a class which wraps or and encapsulates the functionality of other class or component. These are useful by giving a level of abstraction from the implementation of the underlying class or component. Deserialize and serialize in JSON. So serialization is the process of converting .NET objects such as string into JSON format, and deserialization is the process of converting JSON data into the .NET objects. These two concepts I have used in my this application, right? So I have included that definition of section in my presentation, so it will helpful for you for better understanding. So that's it for today guys, thank you for listening, have a great day. So before close my session, so I'll tell you that subscribe and share it to get the updated knowledge on .NET, .NET Core, C#, SQL Server, DevOps and GitHub. So that's it for today guys.